what's the Chow Chinchows JoesphGames here, and welcome to a sort of review of what happened with our team in the IBL. I want to talk about it, talk to you guys about my performances out there on the battlefield, and fill you in on a few things. I mean, to tell you the truth, I love what we did with our team. I know it seemed like I was kind of one of the worst battlers out there in the world, and I'm pretty sure most people in the world don't even want to even face me ever again because of how awful I did. But damn notifications, get out of here. Turn YouTube notifications on so it now now Chrome push notifications, everything. So every time someone uploads a video, I know about it, and it's annoying. Anyway, more importantly, my team, it was not the best in the world. I did try a few things with this team, but to tell you the truth, I didn't know what I was doing. I still, to this day, don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning a lot, and I'm so happy that we did as well as we did. I mean, getting off a 3-0 win against BlueJay was a great way to start the series, but then it just went all downhill. Halfway through the season, I went offline and couldn't upload battles or even face people, so I had to pull out a bit, and then I came back. We had a few people who pulled out of the league themselves, but the fact is, for the first league that I've stayed in for the full season, I really enjoyed what we did with the team. And I have a lot of ideas of what we can do in the future for the Chester Chinchous. I've come to the analysis that I want to keep the team name. I know the team name has had a lot of bad luck behind it, but I love what we've done with the Chester Chinchous, and I always want to continue being the Chester Chinchous. When I pulled out the PDK, the PDK, the Poke DraftKings League, and the Pokemon International Cup, the PIC, I sort of thought I was never going to go back to league battles. But when I came into the IBL, I came back into it. I loved every minute of it. I found a community of people I wanted to battle. I found the people I wanted to continue this stream with. I found the thing I'd actually been missing. I found my league. These guys may know a lot more about battles than I do, but these guys, they're not UCL guys. They're not GBA guys. These guys are just a little better off than I am. That's all. Just a little better off. I just need to work on things, work a bit with Darude, who still wants to do some work with us. So I definitely want to keep him interested. I mean, we're still friends. Me and Darude, we're still friends. We will continue to be friends. He will continue to be my assistant coach for this team. We will find ways to make the Chester Chinchous work. And I am already finding ways to expand the Chester Chinchous universe into more leagues, if you will. Not like battle leagues. I really want to keep myself in. If the IBL does stop here and doesn't continue on for another season, then I probably will advance onto other leagues. But I'm going to try and take on one league at a time and not go too far into it. But that's battles. For like TCG, I've already started I'm starting the application process to try and get the commissioners of the IBL, not the IBL, the MILPB, to sort of recognise me. That's what I'm starting to do that. So if they do start recognising me, if they do start realising that I could actually be part of the MILPB for Season 3, I would so love that. So get it trending on Twitter, #Chinchows for MILPB, and that is what you need to get trending, because it'll get us out there, and with the Lantern Nation, we can do anything. So let's take a look at this team that we had. Now, I'm going to go through it the way I drafted it, or the way that it was drafted here, and I really like what I went for. So first off, we went for Mega Charizard X. I love, to this day, I still love New Day. I still love Mega Charizard X. I still need to find ways to work around it. I still need to find ways to defend it. I still think it's a very good Mega if you know what you're doing. Sadly, I didn't. So I still think it's a very good Mega, and if you can build around it, is a very good Mega to have. It is not... sadly, the way I was using it was completely wrong. I should have not been putting it as part of my Fairy Steel Dragon core. I should have not been putting it there. It's a good Firewater Grass core, but it's not Fairy Steel Dragon. So I need to work on my Steel Dragon. I need to work on my cores. I need to work on my learning of how to play things like Raw. Because, like, with... not just with Mega Charizard, but with things like Gorobis, I tried to boost up and Baton Pass out, and every time I did that, I got roared away against people like Sky and stuff like that. Rawcoon is annoying. So is Crocoon. People think Crocoon is bad, Rawcoon is worse for someone who tries to set up. And that's what I was trying to do, and sadly it never worked out for me. But I have ideas of how to fix this. Now, to tell you the truth, I'm thinking about this, and I don't know how well it's going to go. I'm going to try a few battles with Darude on Showdown in the next few weeks, and you might see some videos on the channel. Mega Sableye might be a thing. We might have to bring in Tingle. By the way, Tingle is the name for my Mega Sableyes. The shiny one has a massive rupee, so it's sort of it looks like Tingle. That's why I call him Tingle. So yeah, Mega Sableye might be a thing, but I also want to try out some other Megas like Mega Venusaur, because Magic got to Mega Venusaur before I got to attempt this. So yeah, I would like to try. Mega Venusaur. So there's a lot of things I'd like to do. Mega Venusaur could be amazing. Mega Sableye could be amazing. I know BlueJay had Mega Sableye, but I don't know what her stats were and how she performed with Mega Sableye and what Mega Sableye was able to do. But I know Taunt is a thing. I know Magic Bounce is a thing. And I know that Mega Sableye could be a future potential Chester Chinchous. So there's an idea for Megas. So A tier, we got hold of Azumarill and Tyranitar. I love Tyranitar. Tyranitar was pretty much a really good mon for us. Azumarill, no matter which way I played it, I just couldn't figure out how to play it correctly, and it was really annoying too. So I'm not sure I'm gonna be bringing back. Azumarill for next season. If there is a next season, I don't know if I'll be able to drafting Azumarill again, because I need to find mons I can work with and can work my game. Ferrothorn is our B tier mon, and Ferrothorn was absolutely amazing. And tell you about Pokemon who can work my game. S&M is a Pokemon that can work my game. I love S&M, and I will continue to love S&M until my dying day. S&M is amazing and knows how to work my game. A lot of scary things happen with S&M, and the fact that he is 4 times weak to fire is why Darude wouldn't bring it most weeks. Now, I wanted to bring it a lot more often than Darude lets people know that I wanted to bring it. I really wanted to bring Ferrothorn like literally every week. I thought of ways that Ferrothorn could be used a lot of the time, and it was a really good mon. I really love Ferrothorn, so I really want to continue using Ferrothorn. There's a lot of weaknesses with Ferrothorn. As I said, it's weak to fire, it's weak to fighting, it's weak to ground. There's a lot of things it can't do. There's a lot of things it can do. It is a tanky Pokemon, but the fact is it's not the best tanky Pokemon. My team needed more walls, and it didn't have a lot of walls, and by the time I'd realised, it was kind of already too late to bring in more walls. So there wasn't very much we could do about the fact that we had a lack of walls. Next year, I'm building more walls. That is one thing I am doing, building more walls. Okay, so let's talk about the C tier mons we brought into our team. I want to talk about Donphan, Gargantua, and Hitmontop. Now, Donphan. I love Donphan. Still to this day, I love Donphan. Donphan did really well for us. Was a great tanky Pokemon. Did well with things like Earthquake. Set up the rocks really nicely. And did good Rapid Spin as well. So, yeah, very, very happy with Donphan. And you could always bring in that 4th slot to bring in things like Rock Slide or Ice Shard. He was not a bad mon. I like Donphan. Donphan is a easy read though, sadly, so a lot of people know how to beat it, and my hair's getting in the way, but the fact is, a lot of people know how to beat this mon, and that's the problem, really. It's not that tanky. It can't live a lot of things, and I really fear for it when it goes down to a crit and stuff like that. When it pulls out Sturdy, it's amazing, but it's really hard to pull out that Sturdy. But it does run a good Sand Core, which is another thing I need to work on. My sand game, because having things like Tyranitar and Donphan allow me to, and Scoutland, which we'll get to when we talk about D-tier mons in a couple of minutes, but it allowed us to have a good sand game. And to tell you the truth, I didn't really know what to do with the sand game. There was a few mons that didn't have good sand games, and I could do with a little more help bringing in the sand game. Playing weather is not something I've done in Wi-Fi battles, but it's something I want to look into a bit more. Possibly play rain, maybe even play a bit of drought. I want to play these weather conditions, and possibly, since Gen 7's not going to have since Gen 7 might not have megas in the way we know Gen 7 might not have megas, it might be necessary for me to go back to things that previously worked, for example, Gen 4, Gen 5 battling styles, which was basically weather, and how much you can bring, and how hard you can bring it, and what you can do with that weather. So, I might have to learn a few things about weather. So, D-tier Gargantua. Gargantua did really well. When we bought it with Sticky Webs that one week, it was rather good. And it also did well with Wise Glasses. The fact that I actually learned about Wise Glasses from this league and how good Wise Glasses are, you wouldn't think that Wise Glasses is one of those unheard of, unknown items that not a lot of people use. But I like Wise Glasses, and Wise Glasses on Gargantua did really well. I'm still learning Gargantua. I'm still going to have to find its perfect item to use with it. Scope Lens would probably be a good idea, because Compound Ice Thunder, it's not as accurate as you think. And that's annoying, because I've missed a few. And it's cost me a bit of time when I've missed a few, and that's really annoying. So yeah, Compound Ice Thunder, not great. Not a hard thing to deal with, especially when it misses. Hitmontop, a really interesting mon. I tried it this year. I actually really liked how it performed. It did pretty well with its kicking moves and its punching moves. Technician is a great ability to have on it, like Fake Out, Moth Punch. High Jump Kick works really well on this thing. Rapid Spin is really where it works kind of well too. And there's a lot of things that I'm learning about Hitmontop. Aerial Ace, really good on Hitmontop too. And Pursuit. A lot of time I wanted to run Pursuit, and people were saying, no Joe, it's a bad idea. But I still think Pursuit is a good idea. I still think Pursuit is an interesting dark type move, especially if people want to switch out. And that's the one thing about league play that I'm learning, is people like switching, and to predict a switch is really hard. But if you can do it just right, you can do a lot of damage to the thing that comes in, or the thing that's going out, especially if you're using Pursuit. Okay, D-tier mons. There's a couple of them, so I need to talk about them rather quickly here. So, D-tier mons. We have 4 of them that I want to talk about. Vileplume. I'm sorry that you didn't come to any battles, and I got rid of you as soon as I could for your replacement, Drifbloom, which I thought did way better. I love Drifbloom. Kidnapper did amazing work for the team, and I think Kidnapper is a definite mon I'm going to have to think about picking up in the actual draft instead of waiting for a free agent pick, because this thing, it works out really well. It's quite powerful. It's quite specially it's a little tanky, but it's also pretty good with those special attacks, and it knows what it's doing. It's a very interesting mon that knows what it's doing, and maybe I need to work on a lot of things with Drifbloom. As an idea I have, which contains like a flame orb, and possibly using its hidden ability Flare Boost. I want to use it because when it's burned, it boosts stats, and that's really cool. So I think it boosts special attack by times 1.1 or something like that. But either way, Flare Boost is a thing I'm learning, and I'd like to run it on Showdown for one day, because whilst we're in a situation where we don't know where how Sun and Moon's going to change the metagame, I'm going to be trying to play on Showdown a bit and see what I can do over there. And maybe some Showdown battles coming to the channel. So, take a look at wait for those, because, the Chester Chinchous and battles, we aren't done yet. We are coming back, and we are going to rule. We're going to rule. We're going to do well next season in the IBL, if the IBL exists. If the IBL doesn't exist anymore, I might be putting up my ventures elsewhere, but the fact is I will continue League play on the channel for years to come, and hopefully, eventually, we'll get good at this. And then maybe that spot in the UCL will be waiting for us. Maybe that spot in the GBA will be waiting for us. Maybe. Just maybe. I'm kidding, obviously. They're never going to want us. But anyway, let's talk about some other mons. Scoutland. Scoutland was amazing. I love Scoutland. Scoutland did rather well for us week 1. That's the only week we bought it, sadly. But where it did well, I mean, we did try and run Sand Rush one week, but it didn't really work out that bad. It didn't really work out as well as us running Scrappy. Damn annoying police car. That one week we run Scrappy in week 1, it got 3 kills, and it was amazing. This thing can do some work with the right people behind it, with the right abilities, and if people run Ghost Cores, Scrappy will destroy things like Ghost, because being able to hit things with Ghost is amazing. And as soon as Flaccade, that's it, Flaccade. I've been up all day, so it's really hard to say things right now. I was up all night last night, and I finally got to sleep about 6 a.m., but by the time I got to sleep, it was about, it was daytime, so it's really hard to get to sleep. Anyway, Facade was amazing. Facade did amazing work for us, and I cannot wait to run this thing again. I cannot wait to try Scoutland out again and try maybe run Burn Orb or Toxic Orb on Scoutland, so we get that boost. Or somebody tries to hack Scoutland, and as soon as somebody tries to hack Scoutland, Scoutland goes to town on you, and that's what I love about Yorkshire. And Yorkshire will do well for teams in the future, and I still think that I might draft Yorkshire again. This team is a rather good team by itself, and there are holes, but if I can figure out where those holes are and how to cover them, then this team's not that bad when you think about it. I just gotta learn, for somebody, for example, if Joey Pokey drafted this team, people would probably think, what the hell is he thinking drafting this team? But the fact is, he knows what he's doing. He has the battle skills and the potential of a master, someone who could actually do this and an actual proper, league like the Global Battle Association, and does amazing work for the Bronze Beartics. So he could draft any team and know how it works, know how to make it amazing, and know what to do with it. I don't. So I'm learning. I think this team is rather good, and I need to work on a few things before I say that this team is over, and I need to draft a completely new team for season 2. I just need to figure out what the best parts of this team are, and then bring in new mons to cover the weaknesses of this team, because there's a few weaknesses. They're rather glaring. I just need to figure out what the hell they are. So yeah, that is Scoutland. Scoutland is rather good too. And then we have Jesse. Now, a lot of people were, kind of worried about what I was going to do with Jesse, and a lot of people hated the fact that Jesse even existed, especially YouTube very, and the fact is you really didn't like me bringing Jesse, especially when it was female Wobbuffet I wanted to bring. But I love Wobbuffet. I still to this day love Wobbuffet. It is a very tanky Pokemon, but the thing is, people just don't want to kill it because they know what it does. And that's the thing about it. They'd rather just toxic and let it die, or do something else and let it die, than kill it itself. So it's really hard to say, hey, here, kill this mon, and I will be able to do something with you, because, Destiny Bond, Counter, Mirror Coat, Encore, those things. Kill this mon. Don't just let it die to other natural causes. Kill it. So I can actually do damage with it. That's what I want. And Shadow Tag is a really good ability that I need to learn how to use properly. Shadow tagging in some of the best mons so they're stuck into killing me is something I really want to do, but it's really hard to make it happen, because as soon as they see Jesse come in, they start switching up the defensive tactics, and that's annoying. I'd rather them go full throttle and attack me than switching up the defensive tactics, but it's just the way it is. People know how to play Jesse better than I do, and I need to work on Jesse. So yeah, Jesse is a thing I need to work on. So let's talk about our E-tier team, and the one Pokemon that is part of the E-tier team, Gorbis. Gorbis, for the work it did, it was pretty good. Swift was an amazing mon, and I thought it could do some rather good damage, and it couldn't do some rather good damage in other places. Basically, it was brought in to Shell Smash Baton Pass, and it did okay. I need to start thinking about maybe bringing Sub to that moveset, but then again, that only leaves me with one attacking move. And in that situation, do I go with Scald, or do I go with Psychic, or do I go with Ice Beam? It's really hard to figure out what that one attacking move would be, and also where to set the Sub up, where to set the Shell Smash up, and where I can Baton Pass out. It's really hard to figure that stuff out, and every time I tried stuff like that out, Raw came out, and other moves that made me not be able to deal with the mons that came in. And I also need to learn how to go into things that are like pure attackers. Like, for example, if I Shell Smash Baton Pass into things like Mega Charizard, awesome. But one time I Shell Smashed into things like Donphan, it was a really bad idea, but it got a kill. It got a kill from the Shell Smash, but I really should have gone into things like Charizard. I should have gone into things like Scoutland. Really, I need to learn how to Shell Smash into Smash into attackers, not defensive walls, because it really does not help me. And then things like White Herb. White Herb is an amazing item that people need to carry on Gorbis, because it gets rid of those stat drops it gets on Shell Smash, and that's really cool. So you get all the benefits without all the non-benefits, and that's cool. Whatever non-benefits are called, I can't remember at the top of my head. You get what's good, but without what's bad. That's all I'm trying to get at. You get what's good without getting what's bad, and that's really cool. So yeah, Gorbis is a mon that I need to work with. Every mon is a mon I need to work with, but there's a lot of things I can do, and I've learned a lot. If you look at the performances from week 1 to today, to our last battle against Reckless, you can sort of see how we've improved. And if you've been on the channel for a very long time, you can look at a match. You can see from matches like from the PDK and from the PIC how I've improved as a coach, and how I've improved as a battler with my teams. Not just team building, not just drafting, not just other stuff, not just battling in itself, but I've learned a lot about this whole thing called competitive Wi-Fi battling, and I'm learning a lot more as time goes on. And as we go into Sun and Moon, I know that we're not going to have leaks for a few months, because, Bank is the thing, and we don't have Bank in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Again, spoilers. But you probably already knew we weren't going to have Bank for a while, and that's not really a spoiler. You could probably have gathered the fact that we wouldn't have Bank in 7th Gen for a bit. So yeah, Bank comes in February, by the way, so that's when leagues, after that, leagues will probably starting up, is when Bank comes in. And genning is a thing that happens in leagues, because like I know cheating in Pokemon is a thing that gets talked about all the time these days, and to tell you the truth, I'm totally in favor of cheating in Pokemon. I'm totally in favor of genning, because the way genning for me is leagues are week to week. We don't have time to breed, to consecutively breed. If we did consecutively breed for the mons that we use each and every week in League, well, basically we wouldn't be able to have lives, and that's not cool. We want to be able to go to school, go to work, live, see our family on a regular basis, and stuff like that. And then a lot of competitive people who play in the VGC are like, oh, you need to breed your mons, like, you need to breed your mons, and Velisify's there, screaming like the dog he is, trying to, scound people who don't breed their mons and stuff like that. And believe me, Velisify is a whole kettle of fish I don't need to go into, because the fact is it'll bring drama to the Lantern Nation that is worse than Hellfire and Brimstone, because the amount of attack videos he has made at people, and I know he says it's not an attack, but when you legitimately send your comment section after somebody else's comment section, or videos, or Twitter, or wherever you're sending your comment section, that's an attack. And that's not cool. So I do not need Velisify and his dogs of war gathering information about the Lantern Nation, because we don't need that. The Lantern Nation is great. And I still am a full believer in genning, because battles are week to week. We don't have time for that. We don't have time to breed mons. I mean, if Velisify got his way, the draft would start in January, but the actual league wouldn't start till like something like October at the latest, because you'd spend all that time between January and October constantly breeding to find the best mons, so you had your entire teams built for the mons you would be facing week to week when your battles started up in October. So that's basically how leagues work in the world of Velisify, and that seems like an incredibly boring world. Believe me, that sounds like an incredibly boring world, and I don't want to be part of that world. I like my world where I can gen and have a team built in a matter of hours, really, and that's really cool. A matter of seconds sometimes, and that's even better sometimes, because like a lot of the time I didn't actually have the ability to, I didn't have Darude online at the times I wanted to build teams. I wanted to build teams on Tuesdays, and he wasn't online till like Fridays most of the time. And by that time, it was time we didn't have a lot of time to actually battle. That's why you didn't see a lot of team builders, because I couldn't get a hold of Darude until like really late in the week. And by the time I'd had my battle and then being able to put up a team builder for you guys, there was really no point, because, the battle would be up. Battles go up on Sundays. So if it's Saturday, I have my team built, I have my genning done, but I haven't battled yet. Am I going to record a team builder? No, because that's not, there's not enough time to get the team builder out there and put it on, because the fact is, I kind of need to have the battle. And the battle usually record the team builder, and then you record the battle. But the fact is, you got to have had the battle before you release the team builder, and that was not always the case. I didn't actually have the battle most of the time before I had actually, before I was sort of ready with the team builder. So for me to put the team builder live on the days I actually wanted to put the team builder live was kind of impossible. And I really did want to put team builder. I did really want to work on team builders. I really wanted to bring Darude into team builders and have his voice there, so he could relay his sets and stuff like that, and he was really game for it too, but you know, life got in the way, so sometimes that happens. So I'm glad of what we did in season official 1 of the IBL. So whether we will be coming back for season 2 of the IBL, that's not in my hands. That is in the hands of people like Flame. That is in my hands of people like NerdySteve, MagicActivatr, Cresselionite. Wait, that's not his name. Celestronite. That's it. That's his name. Celestronite. So it's really in the hands of the commissioners of the league to let me know whether they want me back for season 2. I fully support the fact that if they don't want me back for season 2, and I totally understand completely if that's the case, but I want to come back and I want to prove to the world the Lantern Nation is not a joke. We are the Chester Chinchous. We will rule and we will be champions eventually. It's just a long road to get there. So you need to believe in us. And next season, I'm coming full force. I have ideas. I want to get shirts out there. I want an official Chester Chinchous kit. You know, like an actual football team. I want a shirt for the season for next year. And believe me, it's not because I want the money, because I won't see any of that money, because I have an idea that all profits will go to charity. And I have an idea of the charity I'd want to give the profits to from the shirts. I just want to get some merch out there for the Lantern Nation. So that's what it is, and that's why I want to make shirts, because I would love to have some shirts out there, because the fact is, I really want the Lantern Nation to be supported, and the fact is, I really love BlueJay shirts. BlueJay got shirts made. You know, she has the Toronto Blue Jays shirts made. Wait, oh god damn it. Totodiles, Toronto Totodiles, she is Blue Jay. Why do I keep on getting mixed up with this? I know there's a team in the in baseball called the Toronto Blue Jays, and that's why I'm getting mixed up. It's really hard to not get mixed up because of that reason. But she is the coach of the Toronto Totodiles, and her name is Blue Jay. So I need to stop that. So yeah, she got shirts made. I've seen other teams in other leagues get shirts made, and I want to get Chester Chinchous shirts out there for Season 2 of the IBL, or whatever league we go into next. So, shirts may be a thing. Still looking into it though. And our possible campaigns to get into the MILPB is also a thing. Showdown battles with Darude, those are things that I want to do. I need to talk to Darude again and see if we can get some recording time down so we can actually do some battles on Showdown, and I can pull out some sets that I've had some ideas for over the next few weeks. I thought our team was rather good. If you enjoyed this video, you can leave a like, comment and subscribe. Make sure to let me know how you feel we did in the IBL, and to tell you the truth, I'm considering re-releasing all the videos that I made from the PDK and the PIC as well, because they're all private on the channel right now. But I'm considering releasing them again so people can watch how we've performed from those days, the dark days of the Chester Chinchous, to the days that I can actually be proud of, you know, the IBL days, and how we can improve in the future. If you have ideas, let me know in the comment section down below. I really want to improve this team. I really have some ambitions to be bigger, badder and better than ever before. But of course, if you enjoyed this, you can leave a like, comment and subscribe. And until next time, I'm JoesphGames and I am out. See you guys again, and mean to that Pokemon getters. Everybody get Pokemon good night.